Welcome back, everybody, as we take it into the Trackmania Games grand final here for Tech Team. You see it on screen now. France, Germany, Great Britain, and a bit of a surprise entry here, Netherlands making it in after a fantastic performance and just a little bit of luck there. It's going to be fought out hard. Max, we're going into it. I cannot imagine somebody I'd rather do this with. It's going to be a whole one.
I feel you say surprise entry. I to an extent, yes. I think it's a bit of a surprise to not see Slovakia make it here. But I mean, out of those 5 teams, you kind of could have picked any 4 and been like, yeah, one of them missed out. But we got the big 4 in this grand final. Like the 4 most popular sort of countries in Trackmania, or for Trackmania's most popular in those 4 countries, however you want to hoard it. This is the big 4. This is a final we're expecting to see. And I don't know. It's on one hand, I want to say anyone can win it. But if we're going on the form leading up to this one, the greatest rivalry, France versus Great Britain, I feel like that's got to be where our focus lies.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be tough to beat that matchup. It's really, I mean, Germany's in with a shot still, but I got to agree. France, Germany, Great Britain, that is where it's at. That's where the top times are coming through from as well. I've still got my expectations on France. They were just so dominant out of their upper series. I don't know if Great Britain showed that level of dominance to me.
But at that same token, I don't want to write off Germany either. I mean, they were so consistent after we got past the first map. Like, yeah, okay, maybe they struggled initially, but they were then able to bring it back and arguably was maybe the best team in the latter half of that upper bracket finals. So I don't know. And if we've learned anything about the Netherlands squad, they got ice in their veins, Gex. They can also do it when their back is against the wall. They just needed, a match and a half to warm up. So it's going to be so exciting. Our first gold medals, though, our first winners in the Trackmania Games, they're going to be determined with just one more match, 3 more maps. And now it's no longer about survival. Now you got to win.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. for you and I. Let's definitely get into this one. I think the chat is going to be very, very happy to see it. They're certainly going to be happy that we have to continue pronouncing, what is it? Vachinche? I gave it my best. I gave it my best. I looked it up on Google. That's what it told me, something along those lines. Vachinche.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Wagon for you? Is that helping?
No.
Netherlands. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yep.
Nederlandia representing with the names and hopefully the plays. They've got to bring it through it. I think they are definitely the underdog for it, though. I mean, we're talking about it. They had the outcome. I don't think they played that well in their previous series, and then they came into that one and looked like a different team. And then we could still see that from Germany as well. So nobody's counted out yet, but France and Great Britain, certainly those front runners, and going to be a lot of expectation on them.
All right, let's just drop predictions. Let's do it. First to fourth. I don't want to curse you in your prediction. I'll let you go first, and then I will.
I'm gonna sound so boring though if I just go the route I'm going to. It's France, Great Britain, Germany, and Netherlands. I do think that France are just too hot on it right now. I think Great Britain was a little bit more dominant than Germany showed against that in the top leg. And I think Netherlands are just coming in off this. They're going to be happy with their 4th, but I think that they are outclassed here.
All right. I'm going to make... you know what? I think throughout the broadcast and with our little narratives, we have been disrespecting one of these 4 teams, that being Germany. I'm going Germany for the win. I actually think, I'm thinking back on that upper bracket final, that second half. Barbos, when he starts to peak, he can be right up there with the Vortex, with the Jadon up there. I'm going Germany 1, France 2, Netherlands 3, Great Britain 4. No bias.
All right, fair enough. I mean, we go into my pick'ems. I said Germany, then Great Britain, so I'm not sticking with my pick'ems here. I suppose I should have doubled down on Germany, maybe, but I've made my choice. I think it's France, Great Britain, but
Switch Netherlands and Great Britain for me, by the way. It's Great Britain.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I think you've regained a little bit of sanity there. I thought you were just going for your 0% pick. You were trying for.
I lost
so
it
hard.
because Great Britain got through before. So
true.
Like Great Britain ruined the 0% for me. Again, proving that the caster
now
curse
it's just a
isn't
failed joke. Yeah, that's true.
the
that's
caster
true.
curse isn't real. I got one right. I got one.
It can't be correct because you haven't cursed every single one. That is correct, 100%.
This a lot of readies in chat, by the way. I think we're moments away from.
Yeah, we are getting very, very close here. But yeah, let's again take a look at those teams. Can we take a look? I think everybody's expecting it to be France. Let's have a look at that expected winner here. This is the team to take down. So there they are again. You already have your text solo. We are here with the team stuff there. Vortex, Coco, Enna Valencia, who had a great last showing, but wasn't consistent across it. And I'd say Azion actually did have that better consistency for me there. Yep. And of course, Otak.
I mean, all three of them, though. Like, when I looked at Vortex, Enna Valencia, and Azion, I mean, to me, it was just the three of them were just... It felt like, at minimum, they were getting top 7s, right? And that could be enough to win this whole thing out. So, French team... Very, very scary. I like getting this. How many of those tech teamers are doing the tech solo as well, actually? It looks like a fair few of them are carrying over.
Vortex, Coco. We've only seen Coco out very, very rarely. So keen to see if they do bring out Coco a little more in the grand final here as well. Also,
we are mixing up our track order, actually, for the final. So we're starting with Chiaroscuro this time around, not Surfside. How that's going to change things? I'm not too sure, but we are mixing up the order in which we play this.
Yeah, all right. We'll see. It definitely does suit some players over others. We've seen a massive difference in performance per player per map. The amount of practice put in on these maps is evident when you bring it on. A lot of these teams are bringing in a top 2 who are going to play across every map sort of thing, and then a third that they've got specialized. So they're bringing in enough people that they can swap that third out per map and have somebody with a specialty. So I think we'll see more of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll kind of have to as we are getting ready to go. This last bit of warm-up. I mean, Chiaroscuro for a first map is interesting to me because I feel like this one has had probably the most exciting endings so far. This has been a banger of the 3 maps. And you know what? Maybe a little bit of sigh of relief for the Netherlands and Germany as well, because they kind of struggled with the surf side at the start of these. Well, now they'll warm up on a map they're a bit more comfortable with, and we'll see how we go.
Well, we did see Barbos do very, very well on this. I think he's got the best times overall on Chiaroscuro. So your shout out for Germany is going to look very good in map 1, seeing as we're looking at Chiaroscuro. But here we go into it now. We have to see if that is truth on track. Germany are looking down to take down those, probably I would say those top 2 predictions, but Great Britain, I know that they are really pushing in a lot of game modes here, so that if they do get third, I don't think they'll be offended by it. They've made it, anybody in this top 4 will be happy with their position, except maybe France.
Win. This is racing, Gex. Winning's the only position that matters, all right? True. I don't want to hear this, you know,
Second
we're happy with that.
First loser. That's the attitude. Got it. Yeah.
Exactly. And, well, right now, it's actually Jordan, who we haven't seen too much of, in the back at the start, so not ideal for Great Britain. Again, when your goal is to win as well, these 12 points to start, pretty catastrophic. Justy as well was struggling, but it's a bit of a mistake from Jordan, who is already in the back, can't find the transition. Now everyone just has to hit the end, although Jazzo might be in a bit of trouble, as well as Wizzy, but in the end, it's Jordan who is far behind. Everyone gets through clean, and Great Britain opens up with a 12.
Right. I mean, that's what they needed to see from everybody else. It's a great opener for particularly Netherlands, who are going to hope to get through without their third dropping for as long as possible. But yeah, Germany with that big push here as well will be looking for as many downfalls from France and England as possible.
Yeah, I mean, everyone will be. Of course, you know, if we're going off pace with who's remaining, again, the sort of, I don't want to solve the back half, but the drivers who maybe struggled a bit before that, if they get a deep run, would help their team a lot.
Yep.
I'm looking at Jussie, who's currently towards the back. Same with Jazzo as well, kind of has a bit of a rough one. Feed did struggle a little bit for the French team in the upper bracket final. They're the drivers that can make the difference by getting a top 6. Wizzy as well is an interesting one because their pace isn't always the best, but my goodness, are they consistent, and they'll find their way, you know, bottom 3, bottom 4 every single round until the final 3 or 4. So that's another name I have eyes on, but that's Zykos, actually, who's one of the stronger drivers for the Netherlands before. Just may have bonked himself out into 11 points.
Yeah, that's really rough for them here. And I mean, at least they've still got an okay showing in here. I would say Jussie is one of their most consistent performers, but Jussie is, I don't know, it's a very hit or miss game from the team in general, or at least it was in the uppers. When they dropped down into that lower final, they seemed to be a different team a bit there, particularly Jussie did race very, very well.
What is Zykos doing, man? What are we doing here? just enjoying their time in the spotlight. Well, they have it, but we will say goodbye. 11 points to the Netherlands, and Germany and France right now looking pretty good. Again, I like to call the remaining drivers kind of that pit stop rule. Early pit stops for Great Britain and the Netherlands. That could come back to hurt them later. Here we go, though. An important 10 points that you do not want. And for the third time in a row, I can't help but notice Jadon isn't the fastest out of the gate.
Jussie actually making some really good moves here as well. I mean, I've got a lot of attention here on Netherlands. They did have that just such an upswing coming into that last one. If they can continue it, certainly a good performance here will make them good, feel good going into the other events. But it is definitely a look at the front pack right now. Germany doing so well. It is going to be swapping and changing a bit, but there's those top 3 nations there definitely. Jussie is gone. Actually hit the checkpoint.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back eliminations for the Netherlands, as well as Jussie will fall out, and it's why that last one was, I think, such a big deal for the Netherlands side. They lost their strongest driver, arguably, in that 11 point. Now they're going to lose another one in 10th. So the Netherlands, not the start they would have been hoping for right now, in a bit of a rough spot. Great Britain thinking, dang it, I need these other 2 front runners to lose a point. That 12 points really working against them right now. But the battle between France and Germany, it's staying tight. Oh, rough start for somebody. Didn't catch who that was. It was another Netherlands driver, it's Jazzo.
I mean, look, even this top 4, it's good if you've got overall Netherlands in your pick'ems fairly high. You would be very, very happy with this. I think the team's going to be okay with the top 4. I think they were probably expecting there, like most people, for them to make that top 6. And it's now looking like they're going to have to chase it down if they want to change anything in a very big way. Of course, that first dropout, though, from Great Britain did save them from a fair bit here. And, it might be another one here from Great Britain as well.
Wizzy just was not fast, and actually allowed Jazzo to catch back up. They're going to wind up bonking on the inside. That said, there's a safe finish. That was Ratchet had to go safe, but so too does Wizzy. So another one gone for Great Britain, and that's a disaster
but it wasn't
start.
Wizzy. I don't know what happened. Jadon is gone. Wizzy stays in, goes the low finish after a mare of a run, and somehow Jadon screwed that up badly enough to be the 3rd place. It's still Great Britain to lose a 2nd player, but it's the wrong player.
Oh, and we were talking about it at the start of the lower bracket final for Jadon. This could be the definitive event where they kind of push themselves into that upper echelon of the Great Britain drivers. That is not how you want to start the grand final. And now Great Britain and the Netherlands, they're each in a lot of trouble. But on the opposite end,
Wizzy at the back again.
We haven't even seen a French or a German driver really in jeopardy yet.
What is happening to Great Britain right now? Their last remaining player is competing to just barely not be last. Well, it's still top 8 on the track. Barbos still leading in front, though. Consistency from Barbos has been ridiculous. Vortex is now leading out. That is Great Britain actually trailing massively, and they will be behind Netherlands.
Yeah, and this is a disastrous start for Great Britain, and I should have stuck with my guns, I guess. I don't know. Jadon out early. Wizzy just not showing that consistency we saw before. And hey, if you're playing for medals, hats off to the Netherlands. They bounced back after a tough start, and they're going to be at least in 3rd place, and very likely, actually, looking at how many rounds are left, yeah, they'll be in 3rd place moving forward. But do we see 3 drivers from Germany and France, Gex, in the top 6 to start us off? Maybe not, because that was a bit of a bonk from Feed.
I think there is some likelihood to it, but as you said, that mistake from Feed, putting that into heavy doubt without a big mistake from somebody else here. I was going to call out Feed as we went into this round as well, with those 2 nations dominating so heavily right now, 3 members each. I was looking at Feed as the as kind of that weak point maybe there for France. If they want to overcome Germany, they can't do it with just best placements. They are going to have to do it with consistency as well. And Germany right now just looking like they have locked in that consistency.
Well, I mean, Feed getting 7th, I think, is still a good result for Feed based on the form that we saw earlier in this event. That said, Jazzo's kind of falling behind. Do they have enough speed for the finish? Yes, they do. So Feed will go down in 7th, and that moves Germany into a provisional 1st place to start off this grand final. The German squad, and they're doing it again. None of their drivers has ever been in jeopardy yet, Gex. This team looks so locked in right now. I struggle to see how they start to fall apart if it comes to pace and pace alone. Someone's going to have to make a mistake.
I hate to say it for Great Britain, but that 29 points at first map is such a massively heavy impact. They are going to be clawing their way back if they want into the top 2 here, really.
I mean, they're going to have to claw back for the top 3 alone. Fortunately for Great Britain, it is Jazzo who's currently at the back end of it all. But maybe they can find something, because Ratchet is who is going wheel to wheel with. And that could be the saving grace right now. If you are France, you are rooting for the Netherlands to maybe make something happen, because they need him to stay in front of Ratchet, who just gets a little bit of a better exit. And all of a sudden, Ratchet is screaming towards the rest of the French drivers as well. Ota in front of him. I'm just going to try to hold off Axo as well. Here we go. Last couple corners. If Ratchet hits this clean, it is Germany pulling further ahead. Jazzo's falling further behind. Do they get across? Oh, it was close for Ratchet, but he does get over, and Germany continues this historic form.
I thought Jabzo might be able to take that had he chosen a low route, but he really didn't want to risk that low route. I think he thought maybe there was just enough in it to still make it. Hopefully, with still a high route through the finish line, not going to happen. Now we are down to exclusively Germany and France. France already dropping off a player here as well, though. This is crazy to see this level of consistency from Germany. They have stepped it up massively from the winners' finals.
Can't say I'm shocked. Again, you look at their form at the end and how they had to get through that upper bracket. This is Germany starting to peak right now, and pressure is on France. They need both their drivers to survive this round, because then you're only looking at a 2-point differential with the first drivers eliminated. You can claw back from that. France can still end this first map tied for the lead, but they've got to win this one out, and they're actually looking pretty good. It is Ezio who is back towards the end, but they're going to be dueling with Ota. It is our 3 kind of favorite front runners, Barbos, Ratchet, and Vortex up in the front. But if Ota can hold Azo back, France is still going to be in a good position. Just stick the ending, and they're right back in it. Ota was low, but they get across, and France survives. Germany only down by 2 after both teams lose 1 driver.
I gotta say, I mean, even after losing a driver here from Germany, those front runners still looking so consistent. I'm starting to really regret, even in this first map, not just trusting my pick'ems. I put Germany first, and they are looking really good. But we talked about it coming into this. It is per map performance. We're closing this out here for players remaining, and then we see more results that could be very, very different. Right now, though, France changing things up out in front, and it's OTAC as well. Vortex actually falling back now and could be disastrously slow through that last section.
Well, here's the thing, like, Vortex's initial lines were slightly off, and they were just actually having to recover a little bit, and you don't really pay for that being slightly off until a turn or two down the line. And that's where Vortex started to fall out from this, so they're going to be hoping for another slight mistake. But you have to remember, if you go by the pit stop rule, if you go by the elimination rule, Vortex goes out here, that's now a 3-point lead, essentially, for Germany. That could get worse and worse again. OTAC will have to come through. Otherwise, that's 2 drivers getting 0 points for the German side, and that would be a disaster for France as it stands. Vortex is not gone because OTAC is the one who bounces out, and that might be a blessing in disguise.
And exactly the same time there as well for a moment. That was crazy how close that was. I don't understand. OTAC, you can't make that mistake on the finish line there. Vortex now has to play this out. I mean, he has the best peak pace here, and being that you need to win every round from here on out, basically.
That helps.
It definitely does. Barboss with a huge error, a really uncharacteristic one. We were talking about, like, those lines being slightly off from Vortex, though, and that is, like, the crux of tech. It is all down to the speed drifts, and if you can't get that speed slide right perfectly every time, you will not have the pace to carry it out. When you get an error like this from Barboss, though, it might not matter anymore if you're perfect.
No, Barboss is kind of going to be out of this one, and I trust Vortex to finish. What's going to be interesting, the scoreline 6 points, that looks like a fair bit of a difference right now between first and second. If Vortex wins this one out, we are going to have a 1-point difference between France and Germany, and that is a massive comeback from Vortex and from the French side. If they can pull it off, it will come down to Vortex versus Ratchet. That's going to be a tough one. We'll see. Ratchet actually goes safe. Is he going to team orders to put Barbos through?
Oh, that's an interesting question. It doesn't look to be so, but we will see Barbos drop off to meet his real-life twin in Azox in waiting for the next round.
Here we go, though. I mean, this is a critical one. Kind of must win on that Ratchet side. Just to kind of quell some of the bleeding right here. Vortex wins this, a 1-point difference between France and Germany. And after these initial stages, Ratchet somehow avoids the wall right there, but it's a bit of an awkward line. They're starting to fall back.
He's going to make up a fair bit of time here. I don't know how he recovers that, to be honest. I thought he'd dropped so much pace he wouldn't be able to get back on top of Vortex, but that's exactly where he is, right on top, in fact. Very similar lines, but Vortex has always had that slightly different, and it is getting a little bit more pace right now. Ratchet, so nervous here. You've got to come out on top, or France is going to get out ahead right now, and oh my goodness, this is neck and neck.
He's got him. I think Ratchet has the better exit, but he goes a little bit wide. That's a lot of speed lost. Vortex,
he's got pace.
I think, saved it.
Oh, he did.
Now he got it. It's Vortex winning the first round.
That is a clutch up victory for Vortex. Ratchet just under pressure. And I mean, that's the team orders. You can't save anything full send right now. You need that time. Full send works until it breaks, and once it does, you are that leg behind that you cannot make up. That is what happened at the end there for Ratchet. Sent everything he could.
And because of that, 1 point separates our top 2 countries going into the second map. We're going to Surfside up next, and look, this is where the French team has looked their most dominant back before. This is where they kind of pulled off to that big lead. And more importantly, this is where Germany struggled last time, Gex. Again, if you go back to that upper bracket final, Germany was tied in that elimination spot at the end of this one. Funnily enough, with the Netherlands. But that's neither here nor there. They're both in this grand final now. So both of these countries, I think, are going to be looking for redemption because, yes, the fight for gold, that's where all of our eyes are. Third place is important as well, and there's only 2 points between those two teams as well.
Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty close competition here across the pack. I mean, it is still makeable by both Netherlands and Great Britain. I don't think it's going to be done, but it is mathematically possible here. You've got 2 whole maps left here. One in chat, if you expected Great Britain to be coming in dead last place into our second map, though, that is a shock to me.
I'm trying to type 1 too fast, and it's timing me out here.
Oh, you actually are. I can see it in the chat. All right.
Yeah. I actually was trying.
All right. Well, we've got a couple of ones in the chat. Yeah, I was not expecting that. France will be happy to be that close to Germany after the early mistake, though, I think. Germany still with that consistency, they're going to have to keep that across the maps, and I think that might be where the problem lies for them. France are going to be able to perform kind of that same level on every single map, I think.
I mean, we'll see. Again, I don't know. I look at the talent on the German side, and I just think they had a slow start today, but I'm not concerned about Germany, to be quite honest. I think they're going to have that consistency, and I think we're going to be seeing that back and forth. Now, we are seeing some subs finally come in. Inter Valencia coming in for the French side. We also see Piranha coming in for Germany as well. Hendo stepping in for the Great Britain side. So those subs we talked about at the beginning of this grand final now coming into play halfway through the first round, though, on this one. Again, those 12 points can be catastrophic for your chances for the strong finish. And Jussie, once again, in the back, considerable ways away. Unless somebody flubs the finish, it's not looking good for the Netherlands.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we saw as well. It is that map preference substitute, Inter Valencia coming in for both Surfside and Magneton consistently, whereas Chiaroscuro was that swap in. We do see at the start here, though, it is going to be Jussie for Netherlands. That's a big loss for them.
That was, and yeah, Netherlands, bit of a blow. It would be okay for their campaign for third place, assuming Great Britain will lose out on a driver in 11th. But, I mean, that is a big assumption. Really, anyone getting knocked
Big
out,
ask.
you kind of say is a big ask or a big assumption. Netherlands, I can still see bouncing back again. Zykos back in this. We saw them have that strong finish in the lower bracket final. Jazzo as well. Netherlands are not done yet just because of that 12. And it's actually Wizzy who is struggling early. Again, there's 2 parts where you can mess up on this track, Gax. The start and the end. And it looks like the start caught Wizzy out.
Yeah, Wizzy going to be sent back. I mean, you immediately asked and were delivered to with Great Britain probably putting out a player in 11th now. There's time. There's time for more mistakes.
Oh, Jadon!
Players on track for mistakes as well. Is this exactly what happened? It was Jadon and Wizzy last time as well. When Wizzy should have gone out, Jadon made the mistake at the finish line.
And I'm starting to wonder, is the stage too big for Jadon? Because that is twice in a row now. Jadon making an earlier exit than expected. I'm a bit in shock. Remember last time we were here, Jadon and Lozos, they were going wheel to wheel. That was one of the best finals we had seen. And now Jadon is out in 11th.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. It is a very scary stage to be on. You are here at the very tip of the game mode for the Trackmania games, and you are playing against the best of the best. You know that. You know what's on the line. You know you represent your country here, and it is a lot of pressure to be under. But you've got to perform. Inter Valencia right back there now, and again, that's disappointing because I think this is probably, of the 2 maps Inter Valencia comes in for as well, this is probably their best map. So they are going to be hoping again for that big secondary mistake in this.
Yeah, well, it came from Aesion at the moment, which is not who you want to see it on, the fellow teammate. Yeah, this is not looking too good for France right now. But again, the more important thing, France already 1 point behind Germany. And I don't think any of the German drivers are dropping out until at least the top 8. This is just going to kind of change that gap unless Hendo has a mistake. And Aesion may have been bailed out by the British doing their rivals a favor. Hendo goes out and France gets away with one.
Wow, that is crushing for Great Britain, though. 1 player left already. They are up to 50 points. And we are barely into map 2. This is looking disastrous for Great Britain. Netherlands.
I'm typing more ones in chat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, thank you. Just ones in the chat if this is unexpected. There you go. That's the easiest
That's
one
not
of
what
your
it
life.
was.
Okay,
that was
cool.
not what it was. Although what it is right now is Jazzo having some troubles at the start. Don't want to call it yet because, again, the ending can catch people out. But, yeah, Netherlands in their fight for third right now with Great Britain. They had a chance to get a couple legs up. Now they need someone to bonk, and someone did bonk. Unfortunately, it was Zyko. So, 2 Netherlands players now in jeopardy as we go through the final turns.
It is just all France and all Germany. This is crazy how one-sided this is becoming very, very quickly. At least Great Britain still has a player left hanging in this, and Wizzy is pushing with all his might to maintain front of pack here, but he's even lagging behind that front end of pack somewhat here, so it's looking like dire stages for them. But there we go, another player drops for Netherlands.
And for the second time in a row, we have all the French drivers and all the German drivers in the top 8. Last time it wasn't until 7th when we saw somebody drop out. So again, we are seeing the 2 best teams, the 2 teams that got through that upper bracket, we are seeing them peak right now in the finals. And I just feel bad for the Netherlands and Great Britain because they cannot keep up. Zykos as well off the start. They're falling a bit behind, but so too is Piranha. So maybe, oh, never mind. Piranha's just going to find the perfect line, go right back up towards the front of the pack. And it's actually Zykos and Wizzy on the tail end of it all.
Oh, this is looking very, very poor again for Britain, but it is not going to hold. Oh, maybe a dropout back line here is actually a fight and a half. Piranha barely holding on. Wizzy gets out in front. Can the first team to drop one from Germany and France be Germany? Maybe. It's still happening. Oh my goodness, Zykos drops back.
Wizzy's going to side.
And Valencia.
They tied! It was a tie! Wizzy and even Valencia had the same time until even Valencia flubbed the ending. They couldn't stick it. And that's going to knock out a French driver, which is catastrophic for France's chances right now. They need Piranha, who has been the slower member of Germany, to have a mistake coming up. But if you're playing the pit stop game, Germany is out in front.
I'm crashing out. I'm going to need my own pit team. I need repairs mentally. I'm not recovering from that. How is Great Britain still here after that? That is an actual miracle delivered to them as well. That is outrageous. And Wizzy now mid-pack, so it has to hold that.
Yeah, I mean, they have to. The big thing right now, I'm seeing 2 German drivers in the back trying to chase down Wizzy. And the French, they want Great Britain to survive. They want one of these Germans to fall out. Again, the greatest rivals kind of relying on each other. Piranha, they were the one who, again, kind of the ringer for this track, but realistically their pace might not be there with the other German drivers. But Wizzy's pace right now looking a little suspect as well. Piranha's been slowly catching up to them. Zyko slowly slipping back. Zyko slipping further back. Here comes Piranha, wider line. Tries to send it to the end, and Zykos did not have the speed required. The Netherlands lose another. Great Britain fighting back for third. Germany pulling further ahead.
Well, Great Britain really saved by the bell here to be up in third, but it's still not looking all that promising to hold it yet. They need to get a little further here from Wizzy, I think, and it's going to be a very, very tough ask now. All they've got left to compete with is Germany and France, and the top 2 from France.
Oh, no. Piranha bonked, and I think Piranha, realizing their pace was a little bit slower, pushing a little bit too hard at the start, may have cost their time. So France gets a bit of reprieve. And this is a pretty significant bit of reprieve as well, because playing the pit stop game, 6 points will move Germany to 16. Yeah, there's a chance for France still to stay right up in this. Now, that's assuming everybody gets across the line clean. Wizzy as well going to be happy with this because now, at minimum, Great Britain will be tied with the Netherlands as well. So they're getting right back in that fight for third. Piranha dropping out, giving hope to the teams who have been struggling in these earlier stages.
Yeah, Wizzy's still trailing the rest of that pack as well, so this next round he's going to have to absolutely send everything. If he can get one more, they do get an actual upper hand for that third place position, but yeah, I mean, it is all down to Germany and France right now. That is where the big competition is happening, and it is happening in spades. There is a lot to win and lose in this, the next few corners, it feels like.
I mean, again, the start and the end, that's where the drama lies. And Vortex, actually, he likes to be a little bit wider at the start, but then carry that speed. It doesn't look like anybody gets too thrown off pace at the start. It's actually Ratchet, who maybe wasn't the cleanest, and Ratchet's been pretty consistent. That said, Wizzy having some problems as well might be the opening to get Ratchet back in this. 3-point difference, again, between Germany and France. If Germany loses a driver here, France has more than ample opportunity to equalize things back up, but that's only if Wizzy can stay in front, and that will not be the case. Ratchet, again, gets a wheel ahead. Final few turns, though, this is the chance for Ratchet, I think, to pull further ahead of Wizzy. Wizzy's been struggling on this uphill and seems to be struggling again as they don't get a clean landing. Ratchet pulls more out in front, but can everyone stick the finish? Vortex looked a little off balance. They get through, but Ratchet Bonk still got in, and Wizzy is gone. We are tied for third.
Yeah, tough for Great Britain there as well. They could have gotten ahead, but I think the comms to Wizzy there that he would have appreciated from the team is that you've done your job. Where even now we've got that chance back for third, and it's looking okay. So just send everything. It didn't look like absolutely everything there, and I mean, Germany is going to thank their stars for that. That gives them their opportunity to maintain their lead now. It is 2 out of 3 on both Britain and France, and Barbos to the back, but it's Ratchet with the huge mistake there.
Yeah, it was Ratchet who bonked, and I mean, this was such an opportunity for Germany to pull further ahead right now. France actually is going to get a little bit bailed out on this one. In fact, to be quite honest, France now, assuming both of them cross the line here, they're going to have a chance for the lead. If both Azion and Vortex can beat Barbos in the next round, France will be going to the third map with that 1-point lead. That's how close this is going to get. Ratchet, having more issues in the back. They're out on this one. It's going to be France up by 1, moving ahead. And oh boy, Gex, if France can bring this back after being a driver down for a majority of this stage, that would be a massive win.
Yeah, I mean, the problem for them is that the one player remaining for Germany now is their most consistent and their fastest player. You have to overcome Barbos here to eliminate that 0-point game from him. It is going to be still that map 3. Everything is to play for here. Nobody is out ahead for that first position. And even that back line, 55 and 55, a dead even heat for third and fourth.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see right now, but the thing is, you're talking about, Barbos is consistent. We haven't seen Azion or Vortex really make a mistake yet either. All 3 of these drivers have been consistent up into this point. Vortex pulling away. It's up to Azion to maybe make a move on Barbos, who takes a crazy line. Almost was enough to get him out in front, but now is starting to lose a bit of speed. Unfortunately, Azion hasn't been able to wheel him in. It's looking like Barbos will get enough done to keep Germany in first place, or will he? A bit wider. Azion sends it on the inside, makes up a bit of ground. They're going to go full risk at the end. They're going to look for the snipe. Barbos knows he has to defend. He plays it risky as well and gets across. Barbos saves first place for Germany.
Yep, and now it's down to the 2 players it should be down to. This was map 3. This should have been our grand final, and it looks like one right now. It is Barbos from Germany versus Vortex in France. You are seeing a preview of what I expect out of game 3 as well. Map 3, sorry. And this is everything on the line.
Vortex wins this, we're tied going into the final map. Barbos wins this, it's a pretty significant 4-point lead considering how tight these rounds have been. But early stages is looking like Vortex, Gex.
It is. Vortex is doing very, very well. But Barbos, we saw him risk some crazy lines last run, and it looks like he's got some more in the bag. The tricks are coming out. Barbos is on top now and will come out in front. Does he have the pace to hold it? Yes. Vortex slipping just barely behind the nose, not in front. And a small jump there somehow.
Oh, here he comes.
Actually does
Here
have
goes Vortex.
the pace. Oh my goodness, Vortex. It's going to come down the line. Barbos does take it. They take the exact same path through the finish line, and Barbos takes it for Germany.
And Germany is going to go to our final map with that critical 4-point lead. And with how close it's been, I don't know. Like, France, I think they need a 1-2. With the way how everyone's been playing, France, I think, needs the 1-2 if they want to win. Also, again, it's been a few rounds since we brought it up. Tied for third place as well. Great Britain and the Netherlands, that bronze medal up for grabs. This is getting insane. I mean, we're going to have an exciting battle for the first half for third place, and then we're going to have an exciting battle for the win right after, exactly as was written up. This is going to be fun.
Well, we have to see how it plays out on the field. I'm not seeing any likelihood that we're going to see anything dramatically different out of the early stages, but anything can happen. I think that last one, though, we've talked about it time and time again. It is what the players find their most difficult. Now we're going to go back to something that has even more consistency, and that's going to be tough.
Yeah, Magneton is a very difficult map. We've seen various winners come across. And the thing is, like, I know I was kind of hinting at it. You really shouldn't work on the assumption that Germany and France are going to be able to get through this map without mistakes. We've been seeing a lot of mistakes here. And again, an early mistake from Germany. If Germany winds up with that 12 points at the start and France gets all 3 of their drivers into the top 8, we're looking at like a tied situation, if not a French lead, right? Like that. Yeah. That's how much it can be. An early mistake from either of these top 2 teams, and their entire campaign can fall apart right here. So, yeah, they're going to be feeling the pressure. This is still a 2-horse race, anyone's game between Germany and France. 2 seconds left in this warm-up. Here we go, Gex. Our first gold medal, our first champion here at the Trackmania Games is 1 map away.
In the teams, at the very least here, we are about to close out our most punishing game mode, I would think here. The format here is brutal. 1 mistake and you drop off the face of the planet. You may take your team with you. You have to do well here.
Oh my gosh.
This is... What? Okay, all right. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so I saw several cars bonk. I saw several cars, like, not actually, like, drive out the gate. And, yeah, so we're just having we're having a little bit of an admin substitute issue. So Shark is driving. Ratchet was in place, so, yeah, all right. So Ratchet is actually subbing out, Gex.
Yes.
We're losing Ratchet for Shark. That's interesting, because I thought Ratchet was arguably the second best driver on the German side.
I would agree, but I think this is the map that they've trained for in this. And Shark was blisteringly fast last time we saw him on this. This actually was... Shark made a big difference to Germany pulling through from the finals, and it was because of this map.
Yeah, so we will see as soon as that gets settled out. We will be able to go. Admin's just setting up, just adding to the drama, adding to the suspense, I think, for this final race. I mean, crazy that it comes out. And you know what? I still see a world where, you know, a driver like Jadon, for example, all of a sudden gets that deep run again and just throws that spanner in the works, right? Or, you know, Axion or something. It can come so many different ways. Oh, I'm keen. I'm keen to get in this. I don't know. How long does it take to move a guy to spectate? Let's get into it.
Yeah, it's a slowdown right at the crucial moment of this tournament. A single mistake made by a team, and now we've got to wait for what is probably the most anticipated moment here in probably one of the most favored game modes as well. So it's going to be very, very... an anxious start here for everybody, absolutely including the players.
It is going to be dramatic, to put it minimally,
Hmm.
right? So here we go. As we're
Not
getting
quite. We
ready.
are still waiting for that to come back around. I mean, a reminder that this is playing out for a lot more than just this event. It is the points apply across for your country from the whole of Trackmania games. First place here gets 1,000 points towards the global rankings for a nation, and second only 700. There is a big difference between first and second.
And what's interesting too is, like, I don't know, the vibe I was getting, talking behind the scenes and with people, not a lot of people were pegging Germany as their number one team, even though they're like one of the largest, even though they're one of the big four nations.
Mm.
Not a lot of people had Germany as that number one squad. This is their chance.
I did.
To kind of get themselves in it as.
It's a guaranteed loss because I did. Germany can't hold it now. It's on me, really.
Well, no, I'm talking about
I
overall.
apologize.
You had Germany as the overall winner?
Yes, I have it as overall and winner for this event. Yes, in my pick'ems.
You big German bias over here. Run it back, Surfside. Yeah, no, we're not good. I don't know. We're jumped to Surfside now. Admins are just we're shooting from the hip right now. We're gonna go to some other map that we haven't seen. We're gonna go run an RPG final, guys.
I also had Netherlands as my second, so I am overall. So I am very happy that Netherlands have placed well here. Again, I will admit I was on autopilot. I assumed that France was a given, so I didn't even look for it, and it's not in my pick'ems at all.
That's
so
not how
I
pick'ems
kind of
work,
missed out.
dude.
That.
It's not,
No,
it's
I
not
know.
like
It just
bingo.
it was just
There's
like,
no
okay,
free
it's
space.
France, yeah, it's in there already, right?
Yeah,
It's not.
There's no free
I didn't
space,
press
guys.
that one. My bad.
Here we go, though. We are in our warm-up right now, so I rest assured we are going to be starting very, very shortly. And okay, so a lot on the lines. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see who is going to be the big name. Like, again, last time we were here too, Zykos as well had that deep run. Like, I don't think it's just going to be France and Germany, and I think with the pressure that's going to be on our two front runners, we should not be shocked if we see, a French or a German driver go out in the double digits.
We are starting again in just moments. That warm-up is about to conclude. We did see that player responsible there did jump out and said huge apologies. He thought that he had already switched to, Ratchet.
If you're trying to hide, I'm not naming it, Jay, but it was Ratchet.
Ratchet thought he was already in Spectator and left his PC completely. So that's why it took a while to get him swapped out, because he wasn't there to leave.
Well, why did he leave the PC? Did he not want to watch, or is he too not like?
He just completed
they
a bunch
got
of
it.
tracks. It was time to go. I don't know.
No, that's
use the
confidence in the
facilities.
team. It's like, team's got this. I don't even need
Yes,
to watch.
yeah, right.
All right, here
You'd
we
hope
go,
so.
though. Opening round, grand final map. 4-point difference between first and second. 0-point difference. We are tied for third. 12 points could be catastrophic, and Wizzy, who has been struggling, continues to do so. He already looks out.
And again here, Ratchet swapping out for Shark. It is a big move, and Shark has clearly been training for this. It has to pay off again, though. If they take this risk and it doesn't work, it could cost them the entire tournament in this game mode.
Yeah, it could. Just like Wizzy's result right here could be costing Great Britain possibly that third place, because they're done. 12 points going the Great Britain way.
We keep saying that. We keep saying that 12th spot is going to cost Great Britain that third, and then Netherlands managed to not take that back from them.
Well, we'll see how it plays out. I don't know. It looks pretty dire for Great Britain right now. Wizzy just never really got going. Rough out the gate. That's good for Germany. Again, every round Germany survives is one round closer for them taking that gold. So they're going to be happy with that first result. Here we go. Round number 2. Does everybody make the transfer clean? This time they do. However, there was one driver a little bit further back, and it's the one you called out, Shark Eric, struggling initially.
You have to assume that the peak speed on this map from Shark is strong enough to make it back from that deficit. Already has done so. Poboa is... gonna slide to the back of the pack. Last time we saw Poboa on this map, he only lasted 1 round, so...
But no, he went further. It was last time you saw him.
Sorry.
No, Leok and I saw him get top 7. Now it's a crash. It's Jadon.
Oh, Jadon. Okay, that's it. That's got to be it. Great Britain, without a miracle here, cannot make this back. This is a disastrous finish.
Yeah, and I mean, Jadon again. That's the 3rd double-digit finish in a row in this final. Is going to DNF. Jadon is gone. He was supposed to be the anchor for the British side, and unfortunately, it's not going to be. The Netherlands looking like they have secured that 3rd place finish unless a complete meltdown over the next 3 rounds. So we will shift our focus to the front. Germany and France, and again, every round, all 3 Germans survive. Just like everyone survives that transfer, it's 1 step closer to securing themselves that 1st place prize.
You brought something up that was very important when we had that guest on there as well, and that is the mental coaching. It cannot be underestimated, particularly here at the last moments, and that does not just include Great Britain, who are obviously falling behind at that point. It includes both France and Germany, who are competing for this top spot. The pressure will just rise from here, and it is going to be at a feverhead right now. Final map. This is it. Make or break. 4 points separate them. They have to hold mentally.
Well, here we go. At the moment, it's actually Kroos and Ezio who are battling until a little bit of a bonk, and I believe that was a French driver. It was Azion who could be down and out. This is a disaster for France. They're going to lose 10 points right here. And Germany now, they see that gold medal getting ever closer.
Without a bit of a miracle and Germany dropping somebody immediately, I don't see it coming back for first now. France will have to do something miraculous. Maybe 0-point double finish could get them back somewhere, but that would still require Germany to drop somebody soon.
If Germany gets all 3 of their drivers above that 6th place line, I believe they secure it. No, they'd be down by 1. So if they get all 3 of their drivers into the top 5, so if we finish with 3 German drivers and 2 French drivers, it's over. Like, it's done. That's what Germany needs to ice it at this stage. Now, that could change very heavily in Germany's favor if Enter Valencia can't find a way to get back in. They're the one falling back, and this is to keep France themselves alive as well. That was a bump out, and that may have just saved France. I believe that was Zykos. Yes, it was Zykos out of the running here.
Yeah, no, that is way too far back to be recovered, numerous seconds, and that means, like you said, that is a saving grace for France. Enter Valencia never made that time up, and it was unlikely. That is huge that France get that little look in at a life here.
3 rounds left, Gex. If Germany can get all 3 of their drivers through the next 3 rounds, the gold medal is there. Or if France loses a driver, then I'd have to quickly recalculate, but I believe it would be theirs then as well. Here we go. This is a big round. Germany, it's survival to win it all. Can they keep this amazing consistency? They have gotten all 3 drivers, by the way, in the top 6, I think, every single round so far at minimum. This time, though, there's 2 of them towards the back.
I mean, it is crazy to see that Germany, they swap out. They go from their consistent driver who's been on track looking so good time after time after time. They swap them out and they still look good. Azox, though, has to prove that now, and he is trailing by some margin.
Oh, this could be a way back in for the French side as long as everyone stays clean. And right now, that's exactly what France is hoping for. They're trying to will Great Britain, trying to will the Netherlands up alongside them as Azo is trying to find a way back in it. They're looking like a cruise. They're thinking maybe, is there a chance? He's got a lot of speed and he snipes Vortex. Vortex is gone. Germany may have just won.
I think that's it. France are absolutely choking here. It is the mental. It is absolutely overcoming even the best here. Germany with 3 out of 3 players left in. Now, more than double their current points France sit at. I don't know if there's any... It's over. I think that's already closed it out. Yep.
That's it. France Germany has won it off that.
Can they hold off Netherlands, I think that's done, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they've got it. The most points Germany can get is 38 if they were to lose the next 3 rounds. Germany has secured it. The chat's typing GG because they all know it as well. What a performance from this entire team. Again, the consistency from all the German drivers throughout. They just pieced it together time and time again. And they sniped France's best player at the end to get it done. I know it wasn't the dramatic 1-2 finish we may have been hoping for, but sometimes you just have to give your hats off to that, you know, German excellence, German engineering coming through again. Look at this, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3 finish. Oh, Poboa takes it away. Yeah, earned there though. 1, 2, 3 in our hearts. Germany on top, looking unbelievable. So much consistency at such high a pace. They have led and they have won. They have done it with not 3 but 4 players. Germany are absolutely on top of the world, at least here in tech. We still have to see if they can do it in solo, but that is the tech team. It's closed out entirely here. We've got rounds left, but it is victory laps from here on out because I don't think there is any changing anything now. Great Britain are out now, and there is no overcoming France's second place for the Netherlands. So that is your top 3. Germany, France, Netherlands, and Great Britain. It is... I don't think I could have predicted this.
I did predict this.
You did.
I said this. Yeah. See, you go 0%, and then you go 0%, and then you go 100%. You put the 1 in front, baby. That's how it's done. You know what you did? You used up all the caster curse. It's all gone. You've used it up. There's nothing left, so all that's left is wins. All you do is win, baby. ASEO's going to go out here. 6 points going to the German side. It really... At this stage, we are just victory lapping right now. And you know what? These drivers are probably playing for a bit of pride. They want to get this across. But, wow, what a performance. And again, too, you go back to the start of today, that upper bracket final. Germany, they had a slow start, but they just were getting stronger and stronger. And Trackmania, like a lot of other esports, can be such a momentum-based game. And you saw the confidence in them in this final. The second they had all 3 of their drivers get the top 6 in the first map, kind of knew, okay, it's going to be tough to take one of these 3 out, let alone the entirety of the team. And even though France is fast, they still had their moments, their their blips, their bops, and yeah, it just was not going to be enough.
You got to give it here to Netherlands as well. I mean, making 3rd when most people probably expected a 6th. It is a big come up into those massive teams here. They take down Great Britain, which is a tough task. I mean, we saw some unbelievable times from... We saw consistency until this round. It was the pressure that broke Great Britain, and that means that we do see first Germany getting that 1,000 points. We see France with 700, 500 for Netherlands, and 421 for Great Britain there. That might really hamper Great Britain in the long run for the leaderboards across the countries by the end of Trackmania games.
I will say this. I know it's not the final result maybe Great Britain was hoping for, but Jadon can still make that step. I'm excited to see where Jadon kind of goes from here. I'm curious how the attack solo will go in particular, because we saw the potential from him in the past. And even Wizzy as well kind of just disappeared in this final at inopportune moments. So the British faithful, I think there still should be hope. Netherlands, again, I don't get where the Netherlands hate was coming from so much. I thought they were strong the entire time, and they're going to continue to stay strong as they, you know, get that 3rd place. But this is still, again, our first final. Our first winner is going to be that Germany side. We still have the mixed solo to come all through the afternoon. Like, we're going to have a short break. We're going to probably have an interview with a German captain or coach or winner. There's still so much more Trackmania left today, Gex. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, there is. So, yeah, it's not done. Just tech teams. They are done. You have your winners. And it's got to be Germany. I mean, that is crazy. I don't think that I could even think of a better way to finish it out. If you want to look dominant, if you want to scare your opponents in the other game modes, you've got to do what Germany did here. So we do have to get in everybody to say goodbye to this game mode as well once we finish it off. But Paboa still here as well. You gotta love that he's still racing it out at the end here against Barbos.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, first time we saw him out in one, second time, made it about halfway. Now he's going to go to the end. It's just been the steady improvement.
Step up. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, look, Shark Eric's like, I'm done.
I'm out. I conquered. One map. That's all I had to do. That's what I've done.
Everyone's a team player, man. Every role is important. So, and it's a little bit fitting, though, to see Barbos kind of the last German remaining on this winning run.
Yeah. I think
was the anchor of the team, came through in the clutch several times to kind of put Germany in this position, and now our last tech run. And you know what? We've seen so many good runs go wheel to wheel. Let's see who takes this. I'm curious. Everyone's saying good luck. I think both these guys are going to be sending it here, Gex.
Yeah, I think that last one, maybe even team orders. It is the victory lap for Barbos. I know we're not doing an MVP here, but it would have to be Barbos here. The fastest, the most consistent across the weekend here. Held so many front-running times every single series he played in, and it is going to be a massive, massive ending for him here. Poboa trying his best to take it away, though. The chase up right behind Poboa. One appearance here in the grand final, and can he take out the win for the team in this last round on the map? It's close, neck and neck. Barbos, he's got the lead. Poboa rounding these last corners. It's a good line. Poboa, can he do it one more time? Barbos, he holds the lead, and it looks like a through and through Germany finish with a 12 millisecond gap there. Poboa has done extremely well for Netherlands, and we close it out in an absolutely extraordinary fashion.
Yeah, well done. Well done to Germany. Well done. How does Ratchet get the top spot on the podium? Explain that to me. Dude didn't even race in the last round.
Didn't play.
Delayed us with the
Zero
pause.
time
and yet
is much faster than any time.
Yeah, true. He did get 0 points there. That is a good point. Crazy final. A dominant third map puts Germany over the edge. Well done to them. And I mean, now we get to sort of, decompress, break it down, and I guess put up with an Irish person telling us how, I don't know, this is Great Britain's fault somehow.
Apparently, I can't stress enough how hostile this work environment has been over the last 2 days. Absolutely wild. Every time I come in, just feels... Yeah.
You know what?
Okay,
you know what's happening, but I'm going to break the fourth wall a little bit. We're stealing you, by the way. All right?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I will. I suppose if my arm is twisted, I will head down to Australia for the next 2 years of my life. Yeah, fair enough. Tech team delivered, right? I think, shocking. The most shocking part to me of that grand finals is how quickly it was over. I mean, we had results locked in with 7 players still remaining on the final map, which, given how close we were going into that final map, did not at all feel like the direction it was going. But credit to Team Germany the entire way through. I mean, massive performance. And looking ahead, I mean, that's the first gold medal. That's 1,000 points on the global rankings locked in for Germany as well. They're off to a great start in the Trackmania games. And if you look ahead towards the tech solo as well, I feel like we're going to see a lot of German and French names near the top of that one as well, Formal.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because we are already seen Germany kind of breaking away a little bit, where they're having lower bracket runs, they're having upper bracket runs. They're kind of all over the place in the mixed solo, tech solo as well. Yeah, these same names are going to come right back up as well. Sorry, I'm too excited for the mixed solo coming up right now. All right, that's a little bit on my mind, but yeah, I think we're just going to be seeing a lot of Germans everywhere.
We're going to be seeing a lot of Germans everywhere. I mean, I think, Gex, in a lot of ways, what was entertaining about this final is that it was our first look as well at, you know, the big four coming in, right? You have Germany, France, the UK, and the Netherlands. And a little bit of a surprise, right? You know, I mean, Slovakia really looked like they might be on to make this grand finals. A couple of other teams, Poland as well, looking very strong in tech team. But we got the 4 teams who I think were most people's predictions as top 4 in the global rankings at the end of this.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least going into this, that should have been the prediction. I think there were some upsets that did change that along the road. And like you said, Slovakia being probably that biggest one there. Slovakia nearly got through in uppers and in lowers. So it's a big shout out to them. They barely missed the mark there and had some real pace behind them. I'm keen to see what they bring in the solos. But it was an amazing showing. Like you said, the right top 4, though. And that was proven on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, massive performance. I'm looking at that German squad that we have up at the moment as well. Still chances for them to get a lot of points in mixed solo. The mixed team as well is going to be super exciting for them. Teuflum over in the ice as well. This German squad, when you look at who they actually have, how they've allocated their players between disciplines as well, they're a scary, scary nation. And right now the question is, with France losing in tech team, is anyone going to be able to take down Team Germany in some of these other events and deny their crowning as the premier Trackmania nation? I know the French are going to be very upset to hear me say that as well. But right now, that's kind of looking at where things are going. The Germans look to have the edge. Yeah. To have a quick look then at the to highlight, we're going to look at a highlight. I believe we have a highlight of Team Germany going through the tech team, going through that grand finals. That was the highlight. The highlight was the team lineups. Excuse me. We're ready with an interview in that case. I mean, what better way to celebrate Germany winning the first gold medal of the Trackmania games than bringing over one of their tech team players. He's not the captain, he's not the coach. He did get to stand at the top of the podium at the end of that tech team grand final. Ratchet, congratulations. I mean, how's the team feeling after that first gold medal win?
Yeah, we're feeling super happy because obviously we had a kind of stinker performance in the winners final. And yeah, we just sat down and thought that we don't have to crash in the first rounds. Just don't make those silly mistakes we did earlier. And then, yeah, we felt very good.
I have to ask Ratchet as well. I'll let Formal get to his question in a second, but was there any of the teams in particular going into that grad finals that you guys were worried about?
France, obviously, because they beat us in the first one as well. And for example, Vortex was probably the best player throughout the whole tournament. And yeah.
All right, I gotta ask. Third round. Now we know the game kind of got weird and you weren't in spectate mode. That's fine. My question is, why are you going AFK when your team is about to play in the third round to win the whole thing? That was at a nerve. Did you have something to do? Like, why are you going AFK at the most pivotal moment?
Yeah, I just went smoking, and I thought it was already in spec.
For the nerves.
Yeah, it's for the steady the hands. Exactly. Yeah.
Ratchet, I've got one there. I mean, you've just done so well as a team. You brought 4 individual players there as well. That's huge to be able to play out with a substitute in for one map there. Obviously, a lot of preparation went into that. Obviously, you've got a lineup for tech. How are you feeling going into solo tech?
Probably way better because all of us thought that the format didn't really benefit us the most because we are more of the kind of players who drive insane rounds and then we crash maybe once and it's still fine, especially in cup mode. And with this format, it's only all about consistency.
Yeah, completely fair. Looking forward to the future then. Obviously, Tech Solo, the only other event that you personally are playing in this. I've got a kind of double question on this for you. First of all, who do you think is going to win the Tech Solo? Which player is going to come out on Tech Solo when that gets played? And how do you think Germany is going to finish in the overall rankings at the end of this event?
Oh, tough question, because I think the solo tournament is also next week and the week after.
Yeah.
And for example, Epos was missing. I can see him going very far in the tournament. Obviously, Barbos, Azox only came back today. And Vortex for sure. But there are also others. I can see Peck doing good, Karl, depending on how much time they put into the maps.
Yeah, all the old heads. And then so that is then the final question. Germany are the first team to win an event at the Trackmania Games. Do you think Germany are going to go on to win this whole thing? Do you think that's it? It's from here on out, Germany just keep on going? Or are you looking at any other nations that might be able to overtake you?
Yeah, we are winning.
Yeah. Winning. Easy answer. Ratchet, thank you so much for joining us for an interview. Anything else you want to say before we let you go here?
Figure always believed in us.
Fegir always believed in us, and that's huge. You gotta have the Fegir belief, and Germany obviously winning off the back of that. Ratchet, thank you so much for joining us for this interview. We're going to throw to a very quick break, and that is going to do us for us on the early shift of the day. Tech team is over. Mixed solo finishes this afternoon as well. You're not going to want to miss any of that. Those matches are looking to be incredible. Thank you very much. Wave goodbye, Gex and Formal, as you wave hello at the top of the day. Goodbye, everyone. We're going to a break. Mixed solo will be back soon.